I've been trying to hide, but I know it's just a matter of time.
Right, before we let Ekoh unleash, as it sounds like he's going to, I like that chorus. I don't want your sympathy. I just want the love that I deserve when all I do is hurt myself. It's like he's saying, don't feel sorry for me. Don't pity me or the situation that I am in. Give me love. Actually care for me. That's what I need right now. And to me personally, giving love and giving care suggests some action. It suggests something you can actually do with someone, not to someone, and kind of be there and actually be an active participant in being with them. Right? I promise I'm not going to stop this every 20 seconds because I do that sometimes and you all get annoyed. Come on, Ekoh. What you got for me?
And I've been trying to hide, but I know it's just a matter of time until I break down. All the stress that I hold too much weight now. Got the pills I don't really want to take, but it feels like I walk in the devil's playground. Rain clouds in the head too often. Brain dead in a bed that's a coffin. Having thoughts to the head blown off every time that I close my eyes, no stopping. I don't think that anyone get it, so I don't want to tell anybody what's really going on in my head. I just want to be alone and listen to the music and let it tell me the way I need to feel. So I don't think I'm effective. It's getting worse every day that'll pass. Getting too high, get us wait for the crash. Started when I met my dad and then he left again. Abandonment, the only thing I expect I can't. Right when I'm in a nightmare, everything goes wrong. What do I care? Trying to grab happiness when it's right there, but it slips through the grip and it's gone in an instant. A misfit insistent on always trying to fit in. Got a need for the love, but for me, I don't give shit. Enemies wanna see me fall. I feel like I'm at the last resort, about to give in. Churches start to feel like
this other chap can have a go in a minute. What's his name? Nate Vickers will have his say. But wow, that's really quick, isn't it? By Ekoh. Luckily, someone has written the lyrics in the description. I'm in the mood to get up to speed with this and what Ekoh's actually talking about here. So I'm going to just kind of dive into this a bit. Hope that's okay. I've been trying to hide, but I know it's just a matter of time until I break down all the stress that I hold too much weight now. Got these pills I don't really want to take, but it feels like I walk in the devil's playground. So that seems like there's a lot of stress coming up. There's a lot of anxiety. That feeling's getting bigger and bigger for Ekoh, and he doesn't know what to do with it. He says he's got some pills, and I can't tell if that's in terms of prescribed medication or medication that he's got elsewhere, not necessarily prescribed to take to help with that, or whether it's to consider ending it and take away the pain forever. Rain clouds in the head too often, brain dead in the bed, that's a coffin. Having thoughts of the head blown off every time that I close my eyes. No, stop it. I don't think that anyone gets it, so I don't want to tell anybody what's really going on in my head. I just want to be alone and listen to the music and let it tell me the way I need to feel, so I don't think I'm defective. Okay, so he's got no one to turn to because he thinks that no one is going to get it, no one's going to understand him, so he doesn't want to kind of open up. He doesn't see the point, and he just wants to be alone, listening to music, and use that as a way to cope with this, which a lot of people do. I suspect that's why this reaction channel that I've got is I was going to say so successful. That sounds like I'm showing off a bit, doesn't it? That's probably why it's quite popular and people like watching these reactions. Well, no, I've got that completely wrong. They don't like watching the reactions for this. They like watching the original music videos of what I react to, because it speaks to people's vulnerability and what people are going through. And it does offer something. It offers a sense of hope. It offers a sense of connectedness and sharedness that someone else has gone through what you're going through. That's why I love doing reactions, as I want to see what other people are seeing. And I'm really fascinated in how that helps them. And I like just going into a bit more detail with it. I just find it really enjoyable. Right, it's getting worse every day. That will pass. Getting too high. I just wait for the crash. Started when I met my dad, and then he left again. Abandonment, the only thing I expect, and can't dream when I'm in a nightmare. Everything goes wrong. What do I care? Trying to grab happiness because it's right there. So he brings up his dad again, and he talked about that in his last track, which I really loved, called Trauma. Check it out. Abandonment, the only thing he expects. And that's because of how his template is. His template of how he will be treated is rejection and abandonment, because that's what's happened before. You know, life is hard, right? It's so hard when you think that anyone you get close to, or anyone who is in a position to care for you, will reject and abandon you. It's really hard to turn on that all-important social engagement system when you see everyone as a threat and everyone's going to hurt you. Right, let's carry on with this, otherwise it's going to be long and you're all going to moan at me.
A misfit insistent on always trying to fit in. Got a need for the love, but for me, I don't give shit. Enemies wanna see me fall, I feel like I'm at the last resort, about to give in.
Churches start to feel like prison cells.
That's the intro again.
Cause everybody'd rather judge than help. I can't make you pray for me now.
Oh, I like that.
Need your sympathy, I just want the love that I deserve. When all I do is hurt myself.
We're doing that again. We're hearing from Nate. Come on, Nate.
Churches start to feel like prison cells. Cause everybody'd rather judge than help. I can't make you pray for me now. Don't need your sympathy, I just want the love that I deserve. When all I do is hurt myself.
Tell me I'm okay, tell me this is life and it'll all...
Wow, what a chorus. Churches start to feel like prison cells because everybody would rather judge than help. I can't make you pray for me now. Don't need your sympathy. I just want the love that I deserve when all I do is hurt myself. I mean, that's pretty clear, isn't it? It's pretty self-explanatory. Don't judge me. Don't pray for me. Don't pity me. I want you to love me. I want you to show me some care. You know, those things, as I said before, are actions. Those things, love and care, can be seen through helpful behaviors. That's what I need right now. That's what he needs right now. That's what he's saying.
Tell me I'm okay, tell me this is life and it'll all work out in the long run. If it's not true, lie to me cause I need some hope to help me out in the hardship. Detached, I barely feel alive. Tell me this is all worth the pain and time. I've been slipping out, barely got the grip. Where is all the friends who said they would stick by me? Look into my eyes, right into the soul, way down so heavy, but I'm highly emotional, but never vulnerable. The bandwidth too much, about to overload, the overdose, and no one close. And I got something inside, I really hate what I kinda let it bleed out. Hard to let in the light when there's a critic inside that won't stop speaking up, bringing me down. I'm feeling like I'm in a battle with two different people inside of me. The one who's been trying to hold me together is not the one who's in the driver's seat. I got this need to escape to the point where I'm sick of my fucking sobriety, losing my footing, and I wish somebody would tell me that I'll be okay if I try to be.
Churches start to feel.
All right, Nate, you'll get your turn in a minute. I'm looking forward to it. So what we got here with Ekoh, we've got just tell me I'm okay, tell me this is life, and it will all work out in the long run. If it's not true, lie to me because I need some hope to help me out when the heart's shut. Detached, I barely feel alive. Tell me this is all worth the pain and time. I mean, that is such an interesting line, isn't it? Tell me this is all worth the pain and time. And if it's not worth the pain and time, lie to me and tell me that it is anyway. All this pain I'm going through in life, all the time I'm feeling this way, all the time I'm also trying to invest in moving forward and all the pain and frustration that comes with that, tell me it's worth it. And I think sometimes that can be a really hard sell to people, especially when they're going through that. They're in it, they're experiencing it, they're in the depths of it, you know, saying to them that they're going to get through it and, you know, it's worth it. It's worth pushing. Like it really, really honestly is, but it's really, really hard to get that message across to people. I've been slipping now, barely got the grip. Where are all the friends who said they would stick by me? There's that rejection theme again, that reinforcing that idea of rejection. Look into the eyes, see right into the soul, weighed down so heavy, but I'm highly emotional, but never vulnerable. Never vulnerable. Highly emotional but never vulnerable. Is that because he doesn't open himself up to be vulnerable to other people? I mean, he does in this song. The bandwidth too much about to overload or overdose. No one close when I got something inside I really hate and want to cut and let it bleed out. Hard to let in the light when there's a critic inside that won't stop speaking up, bringing me down, feeling like I'm in a battle with two different people inside of me. And we hear this quite often in these videos, don't we? This is a really common shared experience, you know, feeling like there's two people inside of you. You've got like a really harsh critic, and you've got like the more compassionate kind of side of you, but that's just getting a hammering and a beating from the critic over and over and over again, and just gets squashed down, and you end up with this really prominent critic voice who's kind of in the driver's seat, as he says. The ones who've been trying to hold me together is not who's in the driver's seat. I've got this need to escape to the point where I'm sick of my sobriety, losing my footing, and I wish somebody would tell me that I'll be okay if I try to be. So again, there's that big kind of cry out for help, this cry out to be cared for. It reminds me of like an attachment cry from that child who was separated, or the attachment to their caregiver was broken or ruptured, and the anxiety that comes with it to that child. It's like that needs to be repaired somehow, kind of repaired in later life.
The one who's in the driver's seat. I got this need to escape to the point where I'm sick of my fucking sobriety, losing my footing, and I wish somebody would tell me that I'll be okay if I try to be.
Churches start to feel like prison cells,
Come on, Nate.
'cause everybody'd rather judge than help. I can't make you pray for me now. Don't need your sympathy. I just want the love that I deserve. When all I do is hurt myself. For me now. Don't need your sympathy. I just want the love that I deserve. When all I do is hurt myself.
Whoa. So what this is telling me is that we need to get some heavier stuff on this channel. We need to get some rock. We need to get some metal. We need to get some other genres that are heavier than what I've been listening to. I can't think of any other genres right now. New metal? Was that a thing? That sounds very 90s. It sounds very Limp Bizkit. I don't know. It feels like there's something more powerful in this track, with there being two people singing this together, opening up together about their vulnerability. And I notice my mind is saying something, and I'm not sure whether it's appropriate to say this or not, but I'm just going to put it out there. I'm going to be open and transparent. My mind is telling me that this feels quite powerful because it's two men. And I don't know if there's any real basis in that. It might just be because I relate to it as such because I'm a man. And I work with a lot of adolescent males who find it really hard to be vulnerable. And, you know, I'm conscious that by saying that, it might sound like I'm taking away from other groups, but I'm really not. It just happens to be that was in my face at this time. Those were the thoughts that my mind was generating. You know, I don't want anyone to suffer. And everyone should have a chance to open up and connect with others about the experiences that they're having, you know, for help, for care, for love. Another great track by Ekoh. Let me know what you think about me kind of reading out the lyrics, especially when they're this quick. So stopping after, I don't know, what feels like an appropriate place, like the end of a verse, going through the lyrics. The other way would be to listen to the whole track all the way through, perhaps stopping once or twice to make a comment, and then talking about the words in one go at the end. Let me know in the comments. This is a community I want to do right by my viewers and my subscribers, so let me know. I suspect it's going to be divided, but we will just see how these videos flow. Some, you might have noticed, I'm hardly stopping at all. Some I'm stopping more. A part of it is how I feel at the time. Part of it is just to experiment and see what people think. Thanks for watching. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.